Hello everyone, welcome. Thanks for showing up today. And what we're going to be covering off today is yoga props for beginners. So if you're a complete beginner and you're nervous about going to your first class, or you don't know what props you might need for your first class, tune in. So, prop number one, and probably one of the most important ones for beginners, is a block. So a block is really an object that just allows you to rest your hand or your foot on it, and if you can't place your hand and foot on the floor, so it helps you if you can't fully reach into the full extension of a pose, it helps you put your hand on it either this way or this way or this way. So these are pretty much just different lengths off the ground that allow you to be able to get into poses better. So blocks are fairly inexpensive. This one I think was like $11 from a yoga specialty store online. You can get them from normal sports outlets like Rebel Sport, or if you don't want to get a block straight away, use a book. Harry Potter, it's probably about that thickness, well, the later ones anyway. I actually used Shantaram before I got my block for a long time. I used Shantaram as my block to help me into twists. But you can just use something that is flat and sturdy, that enables you to rest your hand on it if you can't reach it all the way onto the floor, to enable you into twists or into different poses. So that's what blocks are really there for you, to help you get into poses, to be able to put weight onto them, instead of not being able to reach the floor, so you don't hurt yourself as well. So blocks are really, really handy. Now, the prop number two is a strap. So I actually use, this is actually my yoga mat strap that I carry, like put onto it and carry it all around with, but I also use it as a strap. So a strap is pretty much like a thick piece of material, and I just use a piece of ribbon. You can use whatever you like really, but that enables you to get into yoga poses. So for example, if you can't do this to start with, trust me, no one will. I'm hyper flexible at the best of times, so you won't be able to do that at the start. That's where straps help you. So straps help you, for example, if you can't reach your hand to your foot, it'll help you get into different poses and also to twist around. So that's just one example, but it enables you to get into full variations of poses if you can't reach your hands to your feet or vice versa, in different ways. It's also really nice to reach up and stretch to one side and pull without, if you can't clasp your hands together. So straps are really, really great just to help you stretch and lengthen out, and also protect yourself and not compromise your spine. It allows you to twist without compromising our spine, because that's the most important thing in yoga. We can cut off a hand, we can cut off a foot, cut off a leg, but we can't cut our spine. We can't live without cutting our spine, and it's all about protecting our spine. So straps, awesome. The most fundamental prop in yoga, makes sense, is our yoga mat. So if you're doing yoga for the first time, it's really good to check out and invest in the right mat that works for you and your practice. So there are a lot of different mats on the market, and you might not know the difference between any of them. When I started, I had absolutely no idea. I bought my first yoga mat. It was really flimsy. Took it to a class, it fell to bits. Horror story. But afterwards, I bought this mat. So there are a number of different mats. So this one here is a lightweight mat. It's a lightweight durable mat. It's called TPE. It's just a type of material that is like microfiber, and it doesn't easily handles like wet and all of that, and is really grippy. So this is a really good mat. Like I've used this for a number of years. I think I've had it for 4 years. This is actually a Core by Power Tube Pro. It was my own mat. I've used this for a really, really long time. And it's been really good for me. So these mats are really good if you're in a very sweaty environment and you're traveling a lot, because they're lightweight and they're durable. Other popular mats in the market, I have a few different types of mats, so I'll go into that. One is natural rubber mats. They're really good because they're recycled from natural rubber. They're really, really grippy, so you have a really good grip on a rubber mat. Only if you're sweating a lot will they get a little bit slippery, but they're a really, really great mat. They're really durable. They'll never wear out, ever. And they're really good for home practices or studio practices. So rubber mats are really good. I have one here. It's quite heavy. So not, if you're looking for a rubber mat to travel to and from classes, look for a lighter one and just check the weight, because this is a Lululemon one. I absolutely love it. But it is very heavy. But it's a beautiful mat to practice at home on. It's a bit thicker, so it's quite a thick mat, and it's very cushy, so it's very nourishing on my joints. It's not like super flat. I can use this mat if I need a bit of extra padding and if I need little bit of extra love. So it's a really, really good mat for those types of practices and practicing at home. Rubber mats tend to be a little bit more expensive. So it just depends on the price range that you're looking for, whether you want to start off with a very entry-level mat, or whether you want to invest in a different mat, like a more expensive mat straight off the bat. So my first mat, that first one that I showed you, that TPE mat, I think was around $60 to $80. That Lululemon mat is significantly more expensive, but in the $100+ range. But the one I'm sitting on now is also a really, really great introductory mat. So I'm sitting on a mat that is like a studio-based mat. It is a little bit heavy, but it's really great to practice at home or practice in studio, and it's quite grippy. So it's just a basic studio 6mm mat. I just bought this from like a yoga retailer, and it is great, and it's around the $30 mark, and an amazing beginner's yoga mat, which is really good, and I'll put the links in the bio to where I bought it as well. So it just depends on what you're looking for, whether you're looking for something that's a bit thicker, that is really going to protect your joints, on your knees and your elbows, and your wrists and your ankles. If you have a lot of joint problems, a thicker mat might be the way to go. Remember that you don't want a really, really thick mat. So 6mm to maybe 8mm is really good. So it gives you a bit of padding, but not too much. And the reason why is that we want to have a really good connection to the earth. We want to be really stable. And we don't want to be able to like move with our joints, because that creates instability and actually creates injury in our joints. So those really thick foam, like workout mats that you see, no, not good. We want something to be firm, that we can feel a firm connection with the earth, especially when we're doing balance poses. So if we're balancing on one leg, we want to have a really firm connection and not have different movement in our weight there, which is really important for a yoga mat. So just go through different yoga mats and choose the one that suits you. There are also actually a number of really good mats on the market, like cork mats, used like in cork timber, which are all recyclable as well. So just choose what suits you. Now the last prop, well, one of two props that I'll mention is a bolster or a pillow. So pillows or bolsters are really, really great parts of your practice. So I'm at home, so I've got my pillow here, and this just really allows you to get into a comfortable position, and most importantly, protect your lower back. So for a great example, if you have trouble sitting cross-legged and you're like tilting your pelvis, or you have this pressure in your lower back, jump on a pillow or a bolster, just jump on the edge of it. And what it will do is help you elevate yourself so you can get into cross-legged much easier. And it will also help promote a neutral straight spine by helping you tilt your pelvis forward. So bolsters are a little bit more rectangular than a pillow in the yoga sense, but a pillow works just as well at home to help protect your lower spine and get you in comfortable positions. So a bolster will most often be used like this, sitting on the back of it to help you tilt your pelvis forward. If you're sitting on your knees and you are sitting there for quite a period of time, you might actually put it in between your legs to sit like this. In a comfortable position, as you would in yin. So if you're doing yin yoga, if you're aware of that, that's where you hold poses for a really long time, for 5 minutes plus. So you really, really want to be comfortable when you enter that pose and enter that 5 minutes. So bolsters are fantastic for that. So use them in ways like lay on them, cuddle them. They're really good even in Savasana at the end of your yoga practice. Allows you to just relax and be really, really comfortable. Those are the main yoga props that you'll use in your practice. And I hope that that was beneficial and gave you some information to help start your practice and walk into your first class with confidence, to know what all the props mean. Thanks for tuning in, and see you soon.